Hey, it's Tony Ann.
I'm Akira.
And I'm Sammy, and you're listening to the Pocket Podcast.
Hey, everybody, it's Tony Ann. I've got
Akira.
And Sammy.
Yes, and we are going to be talking about the dating landscape. Basically, what we're noticing in the dating game for our generation, and any tips or tricks that we could give, and any relationship advice, if any. So, the first point that I want to talk about is dating today, talking about our generation and how it's usually focused on having fun in their 20s. So when you go on these online websites, right, everyone's like, oh, I'm just seeing where it goes. I'm here to have fun. Or they say, here for a good time, not a long time, right? So we hear that all the time. So that's
I
just...
swear I just said that today.
You did?
I swear.
Right. So, it's a very more of a casual type of feeling going on with dating today.
That just brings me into the pros and cons of online dating, let's be real. Because, that's what it is, really. It's on online dating at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. No one's really there for, a long-term relationship. And if they are, they're, super aggressive. So it's hard to see what people's true intentions are online. And online is pretty cool, though, right? Because, back in the day, you didn't have these things where you could have, you could actually go outside of your friend circle to find somebody. So online dating has done that and made things global. So you could even date somebody from, say, in France if you wanted to. So it's super cool.
Do you find it to be, harder to date online than rather than finding someone just randomly in person?
For a fact that it is difficult online, but it might be easier in person.
I would say that. But then again, I think it depends on the type of person you are. But for me personally, I don't think, I don't know, online dating is so much more harder. Because I feel like in person, say you had a random person come up to you, and it's kind of harder to say no in person than it is online. Because you see them online and it's swipe. That's what I be doing. I'm not going to lie. I look at them, swipe. Read the bio, swipe.
For sure. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't even imagine the amount of guys who they say they're serious on a dating app, and then you look at it and it's here for casual, and I'm like,
no, it'd be want a serious relationship, but I'm playing around at the same time. What?
Yeah. No. Where
do they do that at?
I feel like what it is that people go in with the intention of oh, hey, yeah, or I want to get a relationship or whatever. But then when it comes down to it, when things don't start working out the way they want it to, or, whatever, they're like, oh, well, I wasn't really looking for that in the first place. They just switch it up on you. And you have the rug pulled out from under your feet. That's just how it is. Maybe people start off just not being sure. The majority of people that are going online, they're not sure what they actually want. That's what I think.
That's true.
Yeah. I would say, though, that dating online definitely has its pros. As you said, you can meet so many different people that you never would have been able to meet before. You can have long distance relationships now, and you can meet people in different groups that you would never have access to. And I mean, that's really great. And also you don't have to waste money on a first date. You can have a video chat or a phone call and say yay or nay right off the bat before you even spend any money, waste any time,
I those are some spend their money on me, but hey.
Oh, come on, y'all. But I mean, yeah, it is. You won't really have to waste money too much, and you can go Dutch if anything. But I do think that short-term relationships are on the rise when it comes to our generation.
Facts.
They're talking 3 months, 6 months, and it's done. I would say maybe 3 months. That's don't laugh. But no, I'm serious. I really honestly think that that's what people want. 3 months is their magic numbers for some reason.
I think we're also in that age range where people are just trying to explore their different avenues and see what they like and what they don't like. So, you know, when you're in your 20s, everyone's just kind of feeling it out, and like they'll only date you for 3 months just to kind of get a feeling. Yeah.
I agree. And it's only because, like, okay, some of the people that start to date when they're younger, and like when I say younger, I mean like 16, 15, high school sweetheart type stuff. It's like, you don't really know who you are yet. You know, you guys are dating, you guys are kids or teens, I should say. Then when you get into your 20s, it's like now you changed. You're not the same person that you were when you were 16. So now everyone is like, okay, I don't think I like this anymore. I'm probably like this, or they, like Samantha said, like you're trying to feel them out or feel themselves out, mostly see who they are as a person. And that's why honestly a lot of things don't last, because some dudes or even some girls, they realize they're not ready to be tied down, or not even the fact that they're not ready to be tied down, because you could say you're not ready now, and in like 3 months you meet someone who you're ready to be tied down with. It's all about figuring out who you want and who you are.
I think it's perfectly acceptable to change your mind and to give yourself that grace and that time to be able to figure it out. And
but if you change your mind, don't go cheating on your person.
No, never, ever cheat. That is the one no. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm salty, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to be like, just be honest with them and say, hey, like, I'm just not interested, I'm not attracted, and then move on.
See, a thing about that though, it's always very hard to tell somebody I am not attracted to you. That's like,
it is.
It's such a blow to the stomach to say that to somebody. Like, I mean, I've had it said to me before. Like, I mean, look at me, I'm great, you know. But just because you're not the cup of tea for somebody doesn't mean you're not a cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know. So it's hard, and also, like with online dating and everything, you have so many options at your fingertips. Like, it's a catalog of guys. You're swiping through like everything. So that's why it's just as fast as you can find someone, it's as fast as you can let them go on these things. So that's why people in person, I feel like they last a bit longer, because you're bypassing all that. And sometimes when you look, you're like, oh, well, who else do I have? You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hey, online you got options, man.
You do.
You do have options.
You can see their height, their weight. Well, not their weight, but their height. Like what they do like for a living, and like where they're at. Like, yeah.
But a real big problem with dating online is you don't know what they really look like. Like, they have a portrayal on their profile, but it's not entirely accurate. Like, even if you have like full body pics and face pics, like, it's still it's always different in person. And they also might have mannerisms that you're not aware of, and maybe they're a turnoff, and you just wouldn't know unless you actually saw them in person.
That's true.
And they could be catfishing you.
They could be.
Like, don't y'all ever be afraid of getting catfished?
Well, you can actually avoid being catfished, I feel like if you look at the person's and you see them, like, there's like no pictures of their face, like, okay, you can tell this person probably isn't what they say they look like or whatever.
But what if it's like a dude who's like super buff? They look too good to be true.
And then you find out that picture's from like 4 years ago.
Bruh, lost all their muscle mass.
Yeah, no, oh God, that is so annoying, because a lot of these guys, I find that they only do face pics, or they do these weird, like, really blurry, far away pics with sunglasses, and you have no idea what they look like. And I'm like, I'm not clicking yes on you because I don't know what you look like. Sorry, but you should have put effort.
Right? I feel like if you're hiding yourself from the get-go, then no. And it's like, I cannot stand dudes that have like 1 or 2 pictures on their profile.
Yeah, it annoys me. It's like, can you just take the 2 seconds to find?
Right? What am I staring at? I don't know what you look like.
I mean, literally all it takes is like like some of them it's just selfies. Like all you need to do is prop your phone up real fast, take a picture of a full body, and be bam. Like that's all you really need. You need a full body, you need
and
a
more
face
than
pic.
one.
Yes, more than one for sure. And like something where you can see everything, like an accurate representation of who they are.
For real.
Yeah.
And show your teeth.
Show your teeth.
Show your teeth. It's so important. I don't
But
know
some
about you,
people are
but
not. Some people are not confident with their teeth.
I feel it.
I mean, for me, that's a turn on is if you have nice teeth.
Right?
So I would love to see some good looking teeth out there. And if your teeth are really messed up, like if you clearly don't take care of them, that's a turn off. And I need to know. Yeah, instead of wasting time on a date, I'd rather know right there. Do you care enough about your health and your teeth and your appearance? You know? Like, that's just me.
Yeah. Also, one of the points that I wanted to bring up was our approaches to dating versus everyone else. I was talking to like our approaches to dating, like how I said like mine is like really building a foundation of friendship first. Like I feel like that it really should be that. And of course, like I never like started off that way because I always thought like dating was like, okay, you gotta look good. Like, how do I impress this man? It's not about that. It's about who is choosing me, you know? Like, because one of these quotes that I do get quotes on my phone every morning, and I saw one and it said, huh?
I said, not the affirmations.
Yes, words of affirmations. I do every morning. And it said, choose people who choose you.
Period.
And it's true. It's true. Whoever wants to be with you will choose you, and you should choose them back.
And they would make the efforts to be with you.
Yes.
It's all about
effort. Put a ring on it.
Because to be honest, like I'm not saying that women shouldn't put any effort into like getting to know somebody. Of course you should put effort to get to know somebody. But the days of chasing a man, oh, I'll text him first, or I'll do this, you know, whatever. Let me maybe he likes this, maybe he likes that. You need to just hold off on that. Let him show you first that he is willing to put forth the effort, then you put forth the effort.
But how you feel about this though? Like, so I agree. Don't get me wrong, I agree. But what if a guy is like, oh, why I have to always do it? Why can't you text me first or show me something? Like, why they gotta be the one? They feel like they always showing girls something, but the girl never returning it. What do you
now
say?
there's a point to it, right? Like I feel like, you know, at month 1 you're courting that lady, you're courting them, so like the guy, they're courting the woman, so you have to put forth the effort first, and then the woman should then in return after a while start to text first, and you know, send those good night texts, send those good morning texts, right? But I don't think it should be the woman right off the bat doing that. But unless you're really like, unless it doesn't really matter to the other person, I feel like that's where sometimes people go wrong, because girls are chasing guys, and if a guy wants you, he's going to chase you.
Yes, I think as women, just in general, we're, you know, it's kind of biologically in us to want to settle down and make a family and have kids, and so we're on that hunt for someone, whereas guys are kind of right now they're more in like a serial dating kind of situation. And yeah, it's not, if they don't have that kind of mindset to settle down, some of them. And so I think it is important to, at least in my opinion, it's just, I agree with you, Tony, and is kind of let the guy ask you out on the first date and then text you and see if you want to go on a second date. But definitely after a point, you start making it known that you're interested. Like, make it known you're interested the whole time, but as far as initiating, I just always think it's like traditionally it's just a guy thing to do. I know that you can do it as a woman, but
I mean, yeah, it's 2021.
Yeah, we do it when they do it first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like, but then again, you know, it all depends on like the type of girl that you are. Some girl like really like gung ho about, oh, if I feel like I want somebody, I'm gonna like, be proactive. And some people have that proactive way of dating, because maybe like some guys may be shy. It's actually very, I'm not a guy, but I do believe that it is very difficult for them to actually like, hey, I like this girl. Let me actually brave up and ask her. Like, cause I never have to ask a guy ever to go out. Like, could you imagine like the anxiety someone might feel? Because rejection is like, it's not fun. I'm sure it's not fun.
Yeah, it must be really hard to work up the courage to ask a girl out. Like, dang.
But like, I feel like guys, don't be afraid. Like, some girls are actually just waiting for you to ask them out, and like some girls will definitely reciprocate. It's just take a chance.
And we don't want to wait forever.
Nope, we don't.
We're not waiting 30 days for a date. We're not waiting 15 days. You better ask me every week. And we're not saying an expensive date. I don't know. For like, all right, when it comes to me, I feel like I'm really easy to please. I feel like a date to date, whether it's an ice cream date, whether it's a movie date, whether it's going out to eat, I'm not that hard to please. You could take me on like the cheapest date, and I'm not saying take me to McDonald's, which I really would not mind because I really like fries. So if you took me to McDonald's, I probably would be okay, kind of, maybe, but not for a first date though.
Okay, you said for a first. You said not for a first date.
Yeah, not for a first date though. Don't try me like that. But I mean, like, I'm pretty easy. Like, I feel like a lot of us girls, we don't really ask for much. We just want something simple, and it's like sometimes if a guy can't do that.
I mean, I'm the type of girl who I've realized I'll also go for anything, but I just want to be able to talk to you and like be able to get to know you, and not like, I don't think movie watching would be a good first date necessarily.
Oh yeah, no.
You can't talk, you can't communicate. And also, I mean, it would be nice for a guy to pay, but I'm kind of in the 50-50 right now. Like, I'd rather pay for my own just in case it doesn't work out. Yeah, you'd feel really bad
because that's their trick. Like, sometimes like they'll pay for like the whole thing to like impress you, or like sometimes it's not all guys, but they would like expect, oh, I paid for the whole entire $100 meal and I get nothing, like, so that's why girls will go Dutch to just to ensure that like we're not owing you anything. Yes, it is. Yeah, so don't be like ashamed if that happens. It's just like it's an assurance for us. And don't be, I think also girls, you can treat a guy as well, like,
oh yeah, definitely,
to things like, and just be nonchalant about
Beyonce said, cater to your man.
Yes.
Okay, but he got to cater to me first. This ain't no this one-sidedness. He got catered to me first, right?
Yes, he has to show he's interested, and then once he shows that, then you jump on board and you show them just how much you're interested.
It's like a kid. You don't get candy if you're being bad. Like, what?
But this brings us to like, I mean, do you guys want to touch on dating red flags, if any, like in person and online?
Yeah.
Okay, so like an example, I think definitely if they are taking too long to text back, and
I cannot return
it is hard. It might be a little bit of a personal thing, but it's true. Like, I like time and time again, if this keeps happening, like, I now have created this as a boundary, a checklist. If you take too long to text back, you're not that interested. Like, you can't.
I don't think it's the taking too long to text back. I think it's the communication that comes behind that. If you know you're busy and you're doing something, don't just leave me on red or know that I messaged you and you're not going to message back. At least say, hey, I'm here, I'm just busy, or I'm working, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's called communication. I don't think, to me, like I said, like, to me, it's not how long you text back. At least just let me know you're doing something, so I don't just sit here thinking like you're just ignoring me for no reason, then I feel like I have to send you another message, because I ain't gonna do that.
Because it literally takes no more than 2 seconds to just be like, oh, hey, can't talk right now, but I'll call you back later. You know, that's it. It's just 2 seconds. Can you please just grant us the 2 seconds?
Seriously, acknowledge that I'm here. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So that's my red flag. Do you guys have any red flags?
Wanting, like, dedicating time to you. I feel like if they don't actively pursue wanting to do things with you, like they're always finding things to do, they're just not interested. You know, like, sure, you can do that thing and not see me for 2 weeks, but really, like, I'm sure you have 5 minutes to have a phone call or a video chat in there somewhere. Like, if you're really interested, you'll make the time.
Oh my god.
Akira, you seem very touched by that.
Bro, like, no, for real. Like, no, like, I literally, like, with both of y'all points, like, I totally feel it. Like, oh my god, don't even start with me.
It's I don't know, but then like sometimes guys are we gotta get a guy on the show to like really understand like what it is like with the texting. You know, some of them say, oh, I'm not really into social media, I don't really use my phone. What do you mean you don't use your phone?
Everyone uses their phone, right?
I'm a
Even
little confused.
Okay, I don't get it. They lying.
Because I'll go all day without using my phone, but eventually, like, I know I check it at least once every couple hours. So I'll be able to get in contact with you if you text me. I'll see it in a couple hours, and I'll text you back. Yeah.
But my thing is, it's like, how could you be talking to someone or in a relationship with someone and go like, and you're not at work? How could you go 6 hours without talking to somebody that you're in a relationship with or that you're actively talking to? That's crazy.
It comes down to like alone time, right? And it's okay. Like, we also, like, introverts or just anybody who wants some time to recharge, I definitely understand that. But I do believe that once you're in a relationship, it should be like a daily communication thing. Like,
For sure. There's no reason why 4 hours should pass and you did not talk to me. I understand people are busy, but you can at least hit me up and be like, hey, bae, or whatever, you know, and be like, you know, I'm just thinking about you. I'm working right now. I'm on lunch break, whatever. And if you're on your lunch break, you better call me at least one time.
cause it's like, but
I don't care. You get a 30-minute lunch break and an hour lunch break. You better call my phone up, talk about something. Hey, babe, I miss you. I'm at work. Work is good. But I'm gonna spend the last 20 minutes, and I'm gonna go chill with my coworker real quick. But just know I'm thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Am I asking for too much?
I mean, I'm not that type of girl. Like, I just find that it's not like you don't even really have to text me every day, just maybe like every other day. But it has to be like quality text, not just like, hey.
yeah.
Maybe I'm too attached then. I feel like I need to text every day.
No, I think every day is okay. Like, I think that is normal, and I think that that's necessary. That shows a proper, I feel like it's a healthy attachment because it's like a routine. It's a daily thing. That's fine. And every other day is fine too, because, like, you know, if you have your own life going on. But I feel like that every other day might be a little bit of a stretch. Like, if you're in like a committed relationship, like, say this is like 6-7 months. Do you really want it every other day?
Yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah,
for sure.
Every other day,
I'm thinking more about
fighting.
That every other day you're gonna be fighting. If they
if I have to get a text every other day, we're gonna be fighting.
Well, I think I'm thinking more along the lines of when you first start out in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, I don't want to really. You don't want to come off as like pushy or anything.
That's true. That's true. For that aspect, I get it. Yeah, every other day for that reason is fine. Like, when you just start out talking, you're just talking. That's fine. I mean, who really cares if you talk every day or not?
I mean, yeah. I find that, like, I just find it like very endearing when a person like sends you a good morning text or a good night text, like, and it's an everyday thing. That's showing me like, wow, you're really into me, you know?
Yeah, it's very sweet.
Yeah, and I think like consistency is key when it comes to dating. Like, and this is a thing And guys, we're not bashing you or saying anything bad. I'm just saying,
I am.
I'm just saying.
I'm just joking.
Stop, Akira. But I'm just saying that, like, sometimes when like the courting phase is over and like you're talking every day, I don't know if it's maybe they get bored or maybe like I just don't know. But then like the stuff that they used to do, they don't do once you hit like month 3 or month 4.
I don't think that is that they get bored. I just think that they feel comfortable because now they're like, okay, the hard part's over. She's my girlfriend now. I don't gotta try so hard to have her. But wrong. You need to try just hard to keep me. What?
I mean, yeah, I think it's really important to show that you care about that person and just continually show them that you care about them in ways that they appreciate. Like if it's gift giving, then give them gifts every now and then, or if it's words of affirmation, give them a compliment every day or something like that. I don't know, but I think it's really important to continue that trend.
Both men and women, I feel like they should be complimenting their man and the man should be complimenting their girl.
Yes.
Yeah, like just know about their love languages and how they like to be loved. To try, or if they won't tell you, or if you don't know, like try words of affirmation, try physical touch, try, like, just put forth the effort. Like, I don't know. And it's not hard, guys. It's not hard. It really isn't.
You just got to show that touchy-feely side.
Yeah.
Just take the time. A lot of people, and I think it's, like, even dating's, like, even different from, like, say, the suburbs to the city, right? That's completely different. Because in the suburbs, and, like, they might be, like, wanting to marry you after 2 weeks. Whereas in the city, after 2 days, goodbye. Yeah. So it's different. It sucks. With city dating, but I just gotta keep trying.
Well, at least you have more options because when you live in small towns, you have a total of 5 guys. I swear.
For real.
Just 5.
Just 5. That's it. On all the dating apps.
Oh, come on. Well,
I mean, it's an exaggeration, but you don't have nearly as many as you would in a big city.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's true. And like, don't be afraid
because in the smaller towns, someone that probably dated that person, or you just know of them. In a bigger city, there's way more people you haven't seen or haven't even heard of. So it's a lot easier to probably meet someone in a bigger city than in a smaller town like here.
That's true. And I would say, like, don't be afraid to match with someone who's completely different than you, though. Like,
yeah, try something new.
Try doing that.
Like, try it. Like, it's obviously, I mean, opposites attract. They can, or they could be, terrible. But just give it a try. You never know. Like, that person who's like, oh, is not normally your type could just actually end up being your soulmate. And, ladies, I think a big thing is, regardless of looks or whatever, what should really matter is how well he treats you, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, I just felt like the amen in the room. Yo. Like,
the way that they treat you is a way bigger turn on than anything else, more than how they look or anything. If they can treat you good, everything else about them will look sexy or hot to you.
Yes, they could be serving some looks that are not to your liking, but as soon as they show that good personality, they go from whoop. You're like, wow.
They go like Drake. They go 0 to 100 real quick.
It's all about the personality. You gotta show. If you show that respect for your partner, like, that's pretty attractive. Definitely, just look at their positive attributes and see if maybe you can live with those things that you're not a huge fan of, and compromise.
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. Compromise.
Mm-hmm.
I think
something a lot of people ain't willing to do.
In this day and age, everyone's so focused on themselves and what they want, and they're like, oh, you can't give me what I want, then I'm just gonna go. But no, talk it out.
You're gonna have to compromise. There's no perfect relationship. There's, like, if there is, it's probably like 1 in a million, like, there's always gonna be something about your partner you don't like, and you're gonna have to learn to live with it, and you're gonna have to learn to compromise with them and with yourself on things that you may have expected.
Yeah. And like, you really need to like think about, what does this person like fulfill? Like, everyone has a checklists, right? Everyone has a checklist of what they want the guy to be like. Oh, I want him to be taller than me, or I want him to, I don't know, right? These are not, it's not my checklist in particular, but we all have something that we look for. And like, if one thing isn't checked off, like some girls are willing to just leave.
Yeah,
Which is crazy to me. It's like, and the same thing with guys too. They're like, oh, she just didn't do this, so I gotta go. But it's like, what about all the other check marks that I made on your list? You know what I'm saying?
There's red flags and then there's yellow flags, and I think they just consider everything a red flag when some of them are yellow.
Yeah. If it's just like one occurrence or one thing that's not checked off of your list, like, what are your options? Like, you know, I don't know. It's a thing. And one of the last points that I had here were protecting your heart. As far as dating goes and like getting into relationships, I do understand that you are going to have your heart broken at some point. It's going to happen. It's sad to say, but it's true. So in order to protect your heart, like to not be hurt, would be to just understand that things are not going to go as planned. Like, if you think this one person is like going to be your person, there's a really slight chance that person is not going to be a person. You can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do.
Period.
You know? And like, people divorce, right? Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be from death till death do you part, but they just depart. Right? So these things are all arbitrary, and anything can happen. It's very flexible. Anything can happen. So don't think that this is, oh, if I spent so many years with you, and like, how can you leave me, or this and that and all that. But just know it doesn't things don't go as planned. It's okay. And it's okay to cry too.
Yes, I agree. I think that it's also really wise to give yourself permission to take time, especially when you first start dating someone, to really get to know them and determine if you really want to be with them for a longer period of time, instead of just letting your emotions go right into it, like real fast. Just give it that time to really, really feel it out.
And it's so easy to like go into that, oh, lovey-dovey mode. But sometimes that lovey-dovey mode is a false sense. Like, that lovey-dovey mode that you get into is actually just you being lonely and someone's giving you attention. Then you just want to grab onto it, right?
You want to feel that emptiness with anybody.
Which is...
Yeah. I think it's really important to have time by yourself, to be single, to know what it's like to be by yourself and appreciate that time alone. But also listen to your gut. Just like, if it doesn't feel right, leave. Like, it's not meant to be. I think gut reactions are, in my opinion, really reliable. I appreciate being single because I have so much time to myself. You know how much time you spend when you're in a relationship hanging out with your partner? Like, you have so much time being single to accomplish tasks and do things that you were never able to do before, and get creative and do hobbies that you want to pursue.
Because some people, they get distracted by that when they're in a relationship. They feel like they always have to be with their man or their girl, and they never really take the time for themselves to go do whatever. And it's like, for what? I think people need to normalize doing stuff alone, even if you're in a relationship. If you want to go out to eat, go out to eat. You want to do this, do it. You don't have to be with your man or your girl all the time to do everything.
You know what this reminds me of?
Yourself.
This reminds me of Twilight. Literally.
Oh my God.
No, I'll tell you why.
Bella could never be alone.
Bella could not be alone.
She couldn't. She was so dependent on him. I'm like, girl, no.
And why did they want her? She was just awkward.
Hey, wasn't wrong with being awkward?
Annoying to watch.
Hey, now you can be with an awkward guy or girl. It's okay.
That's but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't stand Bella.
She's like, that's my movie. Edward, you can't. Edward, you can't. Jacob,
like
no, it's not. It's not you.
No. It's stop it.
Stop.
We're horrible.
I just can't stand her because, like, you just want to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, the Cullen family got money, right? They have money. And if she wanted to be a housewife and just do with that as a living or just be with him forever, okay. But, like, college? I don't. A hobby? Like, what did she like to do? Did she like to do anything?
Yeah,
No,
stare
she
at
liked
makeup with
being
his
with
shirt off.
Edward.
But
For
did
real
she,
though,
like, I never saw her play a game. I never saw her to go fishing, anything other than.
I don't even think I saw her pick up a book. Come on now. If her eyes weren't locked in on those men, I don't know what she was doing.
yeah, she is definitely not what you want to become. You wanna have that healthy flow between being with your partner and being by yourself.
Oh, and also talking about, like, also being alone and stuff. Like, yes, grant your partner some time to be alone, but also the time to be with your friends, and for him to be with his friends.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
Like, because I know some people, especially growing up in, like, in high school and stuff like that. Like, some people were just the guy. Like, that's your best friend, that's your friend, and all the other friends didn't matter. Like, oh, you got a boyfriend now. Like, what happened to us?
And then as soon as they broke up, they want their friends back.
I think it's really important now that I'm older. I'm like, oh, friendship is super valuable. It keeps you sane. It keeps you happy. And, like, you're able to express yourself with your friends. And it's super important to be able to have that space for both you and your partner.
Like, why would you want to let this go? Like, Akira, Samantha, like,
yes.
There is nothing, there's no negatives with, like, a regular friendship. Like, we don't have drama. Why drop this for someone that you don't even know that's promised? This is promised right here. This is promised right here.
Okay.
Yes. You know what I mean? So, don't cheat your actual regular friends. Don't leave them stranded just because you found somebody. It's okay that person, and sometimes your relationship, that could be your best friend, but there's still other people, there's other things that you could do, like, with other people.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like that, where as soon as they got into a relationship, that was it. Like, we don't hang out anymore, we don't talk. And it's very sad for them because, like, they're not going to be able to have any socialization later on in life. Like, everyone's going to start having kids and moving away. And, you want to be able to have someone else to talk to. And, like, yeah, you can talk to your partner about anything, but do you really want to sometimes?
But how do you guys feel about letting your friends give you advice in your relationship? Like, to be honest, like, if Akira was going to tell me, like, because, listen, you've told me plenty of times. Did I listen? No. But what you said was going to happen did end up happening.
But also, though, sometimes you have to be a little careful with that. I mean, I done that to a friend back in, like, middle school. I told her, I'm like, come on, this dude's a cheater. He's just a player, blah, 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 blah. I mean, all you can really do sometimes is look out for your friend and tell them it's up to them on what they want to do with that decision, and up to them to not look at you and be like, oh, you're just a hater. You're just mad because you don't got nobody, blah, 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 blah. But sometimes some people gotta learn for themselves,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like nowadays not with you, Tony Ann, but I feel like other people, I would just keep my mouth shut because I'm like, it's not really my business. I mean, they'll figure it out sooner or later. And half the times, sometimes some people know. And you telling them wasn't going to change anything. It's up to them what they want to do with that information.
Yes, I agree. I think a lot of people already know how they're feeling, and sometimes they just want to feel comfortable, continue feeling comfortable. They don't want to deal with the situation. And if a friend does give you advice, like, just know that they're doing it out of their love for you as a friend, and they want to see you be happy.
Yes.
Like, I do think that a lot of people, including myself, just learn from your own actions. Like, it doesn't really matter what anyone else says. You have to figure it out for yourself. But, you know, I think giving advice, I mean, preferably it would be solicited, like they ask for help. But if you do accidentally give it unsolicited, like, at least know that it was from the kindness of their heart.
Her like
We
that.
we already know that Samantha hates mullets and she hates Crocs.
I have my preferences.
I don't know.
She despises Crocs.
When they first came out, I was the same way. I didn't like Crocs at all.
Don't tell me you're on the Croc train.
I mean, I only own one pair, and I got it from Walmart. But I mean, I don't know, the ones with like where they get to put like little jewels or like.
Those are the worst.
I think they're so cute. Like, I literally want one for Christmas. Like, I already showed Babe what I want. I'm like, this is what I want.
They're not cute.
They are not.
Cute.
Okay. You can get the same level of cuteness from Crocs. Actually, make these. If you look it up, Crocs have like slides. That's cuter than a Croc.
Wait, Tony, look it up. Let me see what a Croc slide looks like.
They have like Croc, like sandals. Okay.
I was just on the Crocs website, and I saw sandals, but I didn't look at them, so I don't really know.
This look like. This is.
Yo, please tell me it looks better than them Yeezys, though. Them Yeezy slides.
What the heck is this?
Oh, what is that? That is not what I'm talking about. Okay, hold on.
Balenciaga Crocs.
What? That's Balenciaga Crocs.
See, that doesn't work because it's a Croc with the heel, and it looks like a Croc.
It looks like the heel.
But like even those slides look better than normal Crocs. Oh my gosh, don't even, Kara.
It's giving me very. What the heck is that?
This?
Yes.
What is it?
They look like ping pong balls.
That don't even look right. Those look like peanuts.
Bubble massage sandals. Ergonomics, balance. Non-slip. Best gift. Lychee, funny slippers. Very suitable. Okay.
Over my dead body.
This is a no from me. It's a no from me, dog.
Yeah.
Not cute.
They have, what is this? Baya.
Nah,
slide.
You gotta look at those Yeezy slides, man. They're not cute.
All right. Yeezy.
Yes.
Put another E in there.
I don't see that just comes to show you I do not like Yeezy stuff right now.
Them slides are those look like what they wear in prison.
Gotta say though, they still look better than a Croc.
Oh my god, really? Them things look like. And what is that? Come on now.
What is this?
Okay, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I do not know what that is. And
It's the fact that I've seen people wear those before. They're
What
ugly.
is the point?
What the hell is that?
You're paying $204 for a piece of foam.
You want to know why? Because it's made by Kanye West. And who cares about Kanye West? No, I care. Not enough to buy them ugly ass slides.
It's so ugly, yo.
Look like a Yeti. Like
It's like Uggs. Okay, Crocs are like Uggs.
Uggs, but
okay?
with Crocs,
It's the same level of unattractiveness, okay? It's basic and unattractive, and I just don't like it.
that ain't right.
I guess maybe people like comfort. Maybe is that what it is?
It cannot be comfort.
Viewers, let us know what it is about these type of shoes that you like, because we just can't get it.
I don't care if they're comfy. I still gotta walk outside in front of everybody with them shoes on.
That's what sandals are for. You can wear them and have the air go through your toes, and they look stylish. And if you want comfort, go with a nice sneaker with a little plush padding on the inside.
Look at it on his foot. That looks ridiculous. It looks like he's about to go swimming. What is that?
Looks like a water shoe.
Oh my god, for real. And what the heck is that? What is she wearing?
Where? This?
No, the next one. What is that?
What? Oh my god.
It's trying to eat her foot.
It looks like some Alien vs. Predator.
That ain't right.
Thank you everyone for watching today's episode. It has been a really fun time. Leave us a comment to see, what is dating like today? Do you agree? What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below, and we will catch you guys on the next episode. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.